Hey guys, it's Kimberly here with the Artistic Frog, and I hope you're all having a blessed day. I wanted to come to you and share with things that I've been working on and practicing with and just playing around. Been using this soy wax and just seeing how well it holds up to the soda ash and full immersion dye baths. Just playing around, and I think this was actually my last one that I did, and it's just this turquoise was the first dye bath, so the whole thing was turquoise, and then I came in with my washable markers and I drew this pattern off and came in with the soy wax, just trying to make sure that I got really good coverage with that soy wax. And then it went into this, I believe this is a dark navy. I'm not real sure on that, but so yeah, I thought that turned out well. It held up pretty good. This one I didn't crinkle it a whole lot, just enough, and then stuck it down in my bucket. So there's that one. And this one got peacock feathers here. I was interested to see how this would hold up to two different dye baths using white. Going ahead when the fabric is all white, 100% cotton that I used, went ahead and drew, painted all what I wanted to be white in, and then it went in the turquoise color. And then I thought, how am I going to protect this white so that it doesn't, let me scooch this over just a little bit, so that it doesn't all just fade away, because the soda ash just kind of helps dissolve that wax. So I tried to come in over all of the original white that I have, to protect the turquoise and the white. The first dye bath, sorry, was turquoise. And I like this color, by the way. I noticed a lot of people are saying that they don't care for the Dharma turquoise, the new mixture that's out, but I thought it was just absolutely beautiful. It worked well for me. So anyway, I did that, and you can just see the results. I've noticed though that with the janting tool, Janting, for those of you that don't know, let me see if I can get this. This is a janting tool. This is soy wax that's dried on the end of there. I do take and straighten these a little bit, because I've tried to work with my things flat, and the little crook that comes on the end, that's just not comfortable for me to use. So I take my tool and alter it to work better with the way that I do things. So you do you, whatever works best for you. This is a new one. This is a new one. Isn't that pretty? Okay. So I thought that turned out pretty well. I don't know that I would do a dress or a top, seeing how all of this really degraded the white, even though I went over it pretty heavy and tried to protect everything that was white. It did kind of degrade there, so hope that helps somebody. And this one, I was just practicing with different shapes and using my brush, and this, I didn't much care for the way that turned out. This is what I used, and I ended up, of course this is the first time I've ever tried to use any kind of stamp or anything, but I just kind of alternated it as I went along. I will tell you, this was the first one that I did, and all of this initial, all of the white, I did use the beeswax on it, because I knew that it was going to go into 2 different dye baths. So I wanted to see how well the white held up. And I did not come back and go over each and everything after the first dye bath. Usually you want to do that to kind of help preserve all of that white, but I did not do that on these. And I just handled them very, very carefully. But once I put this and protected all of the white that I wanted to protect, it went into a dye bath, which was turquoise. And then I came back with the soy wax and did all the soy wax. And then it went into the navy, the dark blue. So I think some of those designs were pretty cool. I may try to incorporate that into some of my dresses. I do like the flowers here. I really like that. I would like to do something like this along the border of a dress. So I just thought that was interesting. Wanted to show that to you. This one was, I didn't use any soy wax or any beeswax. What I did is took this fabric, and you can kind of see, I just crunched it, and I tried to get really crazy with the stitches and not just do it. This one I did kind of all in a row, and you can tell that I did that just kind of straight. I like these up here better, and I just went crazy, just kind of as I was going along, just went side to side instead of just concentrating on just going along. So and this I put in with the other scarves on that final dye bath. This is just the white and the navy, and everything else, the other 3 scarves had been sitting in the dye bath for about 2 hours. And then I just scrunched this up really quickly just to kind of see how fast this color was going to exhaust and how much color I was going to get on this. So you can see how rich and dark all of this blue is compared to all of this. But I do like this. I didn't expect that there would be this much color left after 2 hours, but just kind of note that your colors do exhaust out as time goes by. And also, one other hint, if you put like a really thin fabric and some dye, and then you have a really, really thick fabric, you may have one fabric over the other in the same dye bath that is going to absorb all of the color, and the other one won't hardly get any color. So that's kind of interesting to know, that if you have a dye bath going and you know that you want this shirt and that dress and some other, all these different things, just know that you're going to get different results, and that depending on the fabric, some may absorb more color than the others. So let's get to this. Before I get to the story on this, I do want to show you my layout. Let me get this put up. I'm going to slide this down so you can see what I'm doing. Whoops. Let me see if I can, sorry about that. I want to show you. Okay, so on my ironing board, I had a big long roll of the heavy-duty Reynolds wrap. Okay, so I put that on my ironing board to protect it. Even though I only use this ironing board exclusively for my batiks, I still don't want to get wax all in the fabric. So this way it protects it if I ever am missing a spot underneath when I'm ironing out the process. And if you haven't done this before, you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. But if I happen to miss a spot, it doesn't go through to the fabric, and then I have wax all in my fabric. So that's just a final protection part. I do use layers and layers of paper when I am ironing out the soy wax or the beeswax. And I follow people on Instagram that do use the beeswax. I'm going to slide this back down while I'm talking. One other thing. The iron that you need to use should be a dedicated iron. Once you get wax, preferably if you could find one that doesn't have all of the holes, you get one of those. But use a dedicated old iron. Okay. And make sure that everybody knows that this iron is for batiks and wax. Okay, let me see if I can get set back up here without jostling you around too much. Okay, so on this is a dress. It's got butterflies and it has flowers. I don't know if you can see that in the edge. I don't want to show you too much yet. Want you to see the reveal. Okay, I had done all of this in beeswax. Instead of the final thing that I did being this dark navy blue, I did not put it in a full immersion dye bath. I put it in an ice dye. And I used so many different colors. Give me that. My dog taking off with my paper. Anyway, I did not like the way that it turned out. It was beautiful, but there was not very much contrast. All of these colors out here were really, really light. I just wasn't fond of the results, and I did not want to sell something that looked kind of subpar. Okay, so what I did was wasted way too much time. Went back, and this is after I had boiled this out twice, y'all. Twice I had to boil this out. It had so much beeswax in it, and the wax was all over the shirt. I could not get it out. I got so frustrated. It has sat around for 2 weeks because I was just so frustrated with it. I had such hopes for how it would look, how good it would look. And it just didn't to me. So what I did is I came back in with the soy wax, and I think it's important to note here that I went back over everything the same way that I did the beeswax. Okay, so all of the shapes, the janting tool, I used the janting tool with the soy wax everywhere that I used it with the beeswax. Okay, so that this dark blue would be outlining. It just looked better. I could have come in here and just started painting the soy wax, but I don't think that I would have gotten the results that I got. So I'm very pleased. I've already waxed out 2 of the flowers on this dress, and it looks beautiful, but I kind of wanted to do a little bit more in depth for those of you who have not seen this and who have not done this. So to get started here, I normally would take paper. Oh yes, paper. Let me tell you about that. I am using newspaper. I'm recycling newspaper, but this is July the 26th of 2020. Okay, you have to give time for all of these inks to really dry. You don't want to use a fresh printed newspaper because it will transfer all of the writing and the pictures into your cloth. So make sure that you are using either plain newsprint paper or something that has sat around for, I would say, at least a year. I just wouldn't chance all of this work and having pictures transposed. But that could be interesting depending on what you're going for. Okay, so usually what I would do is this and then start ironing over this. Okay? But you won't really be able to see what I'm doing. So, and this iron is already so messed up. So, just so you can see, I'm just going to get started. And it's going to, I already have newspapers piled up under this because this is a lot, this is quite a bit of wax. It's quite a bit of wax. So I'm just going to start, oh, it's magical. Look at that, y'all. That's so pretty. Okay. So you've seen the initial thing there. I'm going to try to soak some of this wax up because there's so much of it here. And you can just fast forward here if you want to. It's going to take me quite a while to get all this wax out. But I do want you to see in real time what all is involved. And I'll be changing out papers and getting rid of papers and Okay, so I would just continue to do that to get as much wax out as possible. Now, one thing to note, when you wax this out, it is nice to just go right in with your iron and iron it out that way, because you can see the wonderfulness of everything immediately. Just a minute, baby. I'll let you out, okay? Just a minute. But it does spread the wax out further if you do not have some paper on top. Therefore, trying to get the wax out of all of this extra wax, I mean, all the wax around the fabric there, is going to be a little bit more difficult to do than in the flowers. Okay, so I will post when this is finished. I will try to post this on my Instagram and Facebook page. So just be watching for that. If you enjoyed the video, just please let me know. If there's any questions that you have, this is all new to me. I don't think I finished my story. I started this all out with beeswax and just didn't like it, all of that. So I did cover it all with the soy wax. Yeah, I went over all that. Losing my mind these days, y'all. Losing my mind. I think we all are. So anyway, butterflies have a very special meaning for me, as do a lot of people. It's all about transformation and becoming who you were meant to be in the Lord. I just think that is such a special journey, and butterflies are very special to me because they symbolize that. So anyway, I hope you guys have a blessed day, and remember, God loves you, If you need prayers, if you're struggling, I'm praying for you. I pray for my viewers. Working on just a closer walk with the Lord these days. This is the reason why I'm not posting as much as I'm posting. So I don't know if the direction of all of my art is going to stay the same. I have been blessed with this beautiful art studio. I do have a lot of clothes that I need to get batiqued, but I also want to start in fine art batik, doing paintings and such, and I bought a wood burning tool and want to get into all of that. So y'all just stay tuned. Don't know where God is leading me, but I am open to the journey. A little sneak peek there. So y'all have a great day. If you have any questions, just put them down in the comments. Pretty bad about not checking my comments, but I will try to do that. I'm trying to get better at doing that. So just leave me a comment if you have any questions. So that's it. Y'all have a blessed afternoon, day, night, morning, evening, whatever time of the day you're watching this. We'll see y'all later. God bless. Bye-bye.